Yo, it's your boy Logos. And I didn't plan on watching the show, but with all the controversy and all the BS around it, I decided to watch the first few episodes of the show Ironheart. And to be honest with you, it's not as bad as the Acolyte, but at best, it's just okay. And it feels like I'm watching a CW show like The Flash, but without the fun, I don't know, B-level action of The Flash. Like The Flash for the first two or three seasons, maybe even four, was really damn good. This show, it just feels boring. I don't care about the main character really. She just doesn't seem that likable, not as likable as she could have been written to be. Whether it's the plot that they chose with her being in MIT and college getting kicked out for that reason, which is completely different from the comic. Apparently, in the comic, she stole like projects or items to create the Iron Man suit, and then I let the Tony find out about her, and then he sponsored her, and etc. etc. But in the show, she just gets kicked out of the MIT. Now she has to work with this B level, I don't know, criminal group to steal stuff from rich people. I just don't give a damn. I don't know. Maybe it'll get better in four, five, six more episodes. But it took a lot for me to watch the first two. Only reason I watched the second is because the AI thing popped up, and I was curious to see how they're gonna do this with her stepsister being the AI. I'll give them credit for that. I think her being the AI forces the main character to address her trauma, address her issues, and I don't know, I guess it gives you a quirky personality. I like Cortana from Halo and Master Chief a lot more. Obviously, she's not as. I don't know, Cortana has been shown to be much more useful over the three or so games that we had her. And this AI just been for like two or three episodes so far. But still, like the personality, I like Cortana more. She'll just more cut to the chase, get the job done. We're in the war zone. I understand that this is her stepsister. She's more playful to have this relationship. But overall, man, like this isn't for me. This isn't for me. And once again, these shows at the end of the day really have nothing to do with your skin color. It's really about whether this plot somehow is gravitating towards you. I can understand myself in another universe if I was like a teenage girl, 16, 17, then maybe yeah, I would like this. But 28 years old, a man, nah, no. Like when I watched The Punisher, the first episode, I was immediately hooked. Same with Daredevil. Even The Flash, it didn't have a lot of action in the first episode, but seeing The Flash doing the Flash stuff with more updated visual effects was cool. And then seeing him actually get stronger was cool. Even though they had dumbass plot lines and he would somehow be slower than it every week villain, every damn week, even though he's somehow getting faster and better. Even shit like that annoyed me. That's not as bad as this show where I just don't give a fuck about the characters. I liked Barry. Barry was cool. Barry was a nice guy. He was doing good things. He tried his best with the powers he had and the situation he lived in. And he wanted to protect this city. I think if they set up Riri Williams as, I don't know, even if she has his dreams of wanting to change the world, she could at least work on her own neighborhood to improve the lives of the people that she cares about, that she grown up with, using her technology to better their lives. Now everything has to be an Iron Man suit, but also understand that her actual origin and the whole point of her character is being inspired by Iron Man. If that's the case, and I don't know why it took me so long to mention this because it pissed me off immediately and they kept doing it. But why do they keep disrespecting Tony Stark? The comment about Tony wouldn't be Tony if he wasn't rich. Bullshit, if you ask me. Tony made his original suit in that cave with scraps and the stuff around him. In the second and third movie, we see him use fertilizer and other things from like a general store to take out mercenaries, guys who are trying to capture him or kill him. We've seen Tony use his mind over and over again without having $1 billion at his disposal. We also see him fail and get better over and over again when he does have $1 billion at his disposal in Iron Man 1 when he's working on the suit after he escaped the cave. It's not like Tony just got out the cave, immediately remade the suit and started flying and zipping around and kicking everybody's ass. No, he had got to get better. He learned. He got stronger with the suit. He nearly died to the first villain who just got his own suit too, whose son pop up in the show, which I think is actually a nice callback. I'll give him credit for that. But still, this this slander of Tony Stark in a show that's supposed to be about a character inspired by Tony Stark is ridiculous to me. Even if it wasn't about her being inspired by Tony Stark, why are you disrespecting Iron Man in your show? This is a guy who had a whole character arc of being selfish to literally sacrifice himself for Earth, the universe. Honestly, like, come on, this is absurd. If the people who fought with Tony at one time hated Tony and grew to love him, like Captain America, maybe Thor and others, can respect and honor him, why the fuck is this random motherfucker on the street talking shit about Tony Stark when the only reason he may be alive, or the people that he know is alive, is because Tony did the snap, which took his life away? I really don't like it. I'm sorry. You could call me nitpicky, whatever the hell you want. I don't like spitting on the previous legacy. The only reason this story, this show, this studio, Marvel itself, exists right now in 2025 is because of Iron Man. That first fucking movie with Tony Stark, with Robert Downey Jr. And the success of that. How good that was. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And they're playing up the nostalgia of Iron Man. It's cool as hell to see Riri step out of the suit as soon as she lands, like Tony did a movie or two down the line. It's cool seeing that stuff. But why disrespect the person that originally gave us that for the past, what, 15 years or so? Almost 20. I think Iron Man came out 2008 or 7. Like, that kicked off the whole cinematic universe, which Marvel has fucked up since Tony Stark's death. I just don't get it. I don't get it. This show isn't for me. I'm a young black man, and this show just not for me. It's not so far. But usually shows that are for me don't take this long to get into the stuff that I like. It's not because it's all punching, boom, pow, explosions. You don't need that. Good quality writing, good opposing forces, different dynamics, different motivations, and people who look legit in the role and part they're supposed to play. This criminal gang that Riri is rolling with, doing these crimes with to fight against, I don't know, the hierarchy or the billionaires while they're trying to get rich at the same time. I just don't buy them. They don't seem intimidating. I think it's very stupid the way they had the two girls, the fighters, just busting up into places and beating people ass. And especially in the second mission, where they just hold a place hostage doing the little demo of the underground tunnels, which seemed like an Elon Musk disc. Not gonna lie, I don't care, but it just seemed kind of funny. You know, they gotta put politics in everything. But either way, you just beat all these guys' asses, stay in the room while they hold the owner hostage and blackmail her, and then just walk the fuck out while they're waking up and still conscious to see your face. They never wear a mask. They don't hide their identity. Riri has her identity with a suit, but then multiple times we see her face plate up and she gets seen by somebody. The security guard who almost shot her, who ended up getting shot himself, they made it seem like he didn't die. So he got a clear view of her face and of her in the suit. He can't just report that he saw that person in the suit near the location and she's suspicious and then everybody's looking for her. And then the news will put something out that her mom would see and that cause more issues. What about the guy who's helping her? That's the son of Obadiah. Like, he clearly doesn't want to be involved in no criminal shit. That would be fucked up everything in the third or second episode when he does want to get involved, but he does get involved more with her BS, Riri's BS with this suit and helping her to do these crimes and stuff. If the news plaster her face on because the security guard saw her and then he gets shot with somebody that's helping Riri, why would he not report that? Why would he not say anything? If you ask me, these are worthwhile plot holes because I don't know, I just want my story to make sense. Like I said, you don't need to be killing, fighting every second. The first episode of Game of Thrones, was there any fighting? I don't really think so. Besides like the execution, was there any use of the sword? I don't remember. I don't think so. It was mostly introducing characters who haven't seen each other in a long time, seeing each other, and we get tidbits of the background of the world at large. and it was still more dynamic than the past two episodes, the past 2 or 3 hours I spent watching Ironheart. And you could say, what, that's a political show, I don't know, superhero show, different scale. Well, the same thing I said applies with Daredevil and Punisher. That may have had more action, but the characters involved itself was much more compelling. Maybe it's just me. Maybe this show just not made for me. It doesn't really seem like it's really made for guys, really. I don't know, man. Just seeing two random girls, I don't know, teenage, almost 21 age girls. I don't know, man. I just don't think it's for me. I don't get it. Maybe I need to watch Vikings. I've been putting that off for a long time, and I just spent 2, 3 hours watching this, but I haven't watched Vikings yet. Come on, Marvel gonna do what Marvel's gonna do whatever they want to do, but at the end of the day, I just don't think this show is that good. I don't think it's worthwhile for me to watch. And honestly, even outside of, like, I originally was gonna watch because it seemed like a just an Iron Man clone, which to me just seems boring. If you want to have a diversity or more diverse set of superheroes, I'm all for that. That's cool. Why can't we just pick more dynamic characters? That's all I want. I want to see Icon. I want to see Blue Marvel. I want to see those type of characters. Badass characters, cool ass characters. I'm cool with Blade getting a movie if that's still happening with so many delays and bullshit. That might never happen anymore. But Blade is cool. That's cool. Everybody loves Blade, but like, can we get somebody new? Can we get Blue Marvel? Blue Marvel cool as hell. Like, it's just this whole thing nowadays where it seems like they just go for the easy, I don't know, the easy ideas. Let's just copycat, remake, rehash the same thing that we did before that was successful. They do a shitty version of it. And if you ask me, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your gender is, I just don't think this show that good. And I'm not surprised by that. That's why I didn't plan on watching it. But I gave it a shot. I wanted it to be good. There's no reason why I want the show to be bad, because if it's good, that means more content, more stuff to watch, more stuff to talk about. But if it's not good, why waste my time? I don't know. Seems like that's the current state of Marvel, Star Wars. Well, honestly, just about damn near everything under Disney nowadays. Funny. 10 plus years ago, well, not yet, like 10 plus years ago, everything being under Disney seemed like a good thing. We had Marvel that was kicking off perfectly with the cinematic universe, leaning into Thanos. There was a plan. Star Wars 1, and I mean, The Force Awakens, like the new trilogy. That one was decent. It was decent. Like, it wasn't bad. It was decent. And then it just falls apart because they have no plan and they just doing stuff. I don't get it. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Maybe I'm just not seeing things right. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, biased against these types of shows, movies for whatever reason. Maybe because I'm a guy and I just don't get how funny it is, how relatable it is. I don't know, a friend of mine who's a guy in our group chat said he watch it and he like it. Also, he be talking shit and I don't know whether he just be bullshitting around. The show just doesn't seem that good. The Tony Stark slander pissed me off. This BS crew of criminals that she rolling with doesn't seem legit. They talk about fighting against like the billionaires and everything else that you hear nowadays on Twitter. But they want to justify by doing things illegally and shooting security guards and beating people up and doing all this other stuff. Okay. And then their reason for not getting called is BS because they don't wear masks, they don't have their identity. Okay. What? What? No. And then what? What is going to lead to? She's going to eventually fight against the leader of the criminals, the Hood. Her in her suit. I don't. We haven't seen her put anything with combat capabilities in the suit yet. We've only seen her use it to fly and like utility reasons, like the magnetic stuff and stuff like that, which is worthwhile. But if she's gonna fight this guy, she gonna use it doing the suit. The guy can shoot. Well, obviously he can shoot guns. He got hands, but he can curve bullets too. Who knows if that cloak gives him protection like armor? So she'll have to use a suit. and you have to add like weaponry to it. I assume that's why they showed the Obadiah's son with the weapons and stuff that he doesn't use, and that's going to visually be used by her. But I don't know. No, no. And honestly, 2.5 episodes in, I wasn't sure enough to give a shit if that's going to happen anyway. Let me know if it's just me. Maybe I'm just an asshole. Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe I'm misogynist. I just maybe I'm misogynist. I don't realize it yet. Yeah, yeah. I'm not watching anymore. I'm not watching anymore. This just not it. I, I wanted the Old Republic show for Star Wars, and we got the fucking Acolyte, which was dog shit. I want a Blue Marvel show, and we get this copycat rehash of Iron Man, and then they shit on Iron Man throughout the first episode at least 2 or 3 times. I ain't going for it. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's your boy Logos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.